And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Hey everybody, welcome to In the Know. This is totally normal. Nothing to see here. Yes. So this is In the Know. This is a show we do every week here from the campus of Craven Community College, where we talk about things going on in our community. Sometimes we are a little silly, and I don't do this show by myself, and I don't always wear a hockey mask. Just during the show, Megan's laughing at me. Who do I do this show with? I don't do this by myself.
Hey everybody, it's me. So as you can tell, we're kind of in a little Halloween theme today and excited to have you here with us at noon on Wednesday the 26th. Sorry, I didn't mean to pound the table. But speaking of which, we also come here from on the other side of the window is our booth. And we have Zanetta and Holly and Eli.
Hi.
There they all
Hey,
are.
how's it going in there?
Oh, shout out. This is Eli's birthday week.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Eli. I sent you a message. Did you get it? Okay. You did. Okay, good.
He looks thrilled.
He does look thrilled.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us which birthday it is, Eli? No? Okay.
No. Okay.
Well, we hope you've had a wonderful celebration. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a lot going on. And look at these decorations all over the studio. Thank you, ladies, for helping out with that. And
It's because we have a very spooky Halloween edition of In the Know.
I love the Frankenstein pumpkin. Who did
Yeah.
that one? Oh, it's really cute. So were these pumpkins that were done here on the campus?
Yes, I'm going to do a little convertible move with my mask here.
Oh,
Yep,
you didn't put your glasses on over it. That would have.
I'll do that at the end when
Okay.
I read some other things.
Okay. Oh, you got to
All right.
read.
I don't read. Yes. Yesterday, we had some students that they did a pumpkin painting. I think it was a competition. Eli painted some pumpkins as well, but he didn't bring his. He's keeping that one just for himself. But yeah, these were painted by some of our students here on campus. Can we get a shot of these pumpkins, Zanetta, just so we can kind of look at what we've got going on here? So we've got a very fall-inspired pumpkin, right? We've got some
Yes.
yellow leaves, and what does this say here? That's
Some club.
some kind of club. What does that say?
Mechanical Club.
Mechanical club. Okay. All right. Yeah. So they got the whatever that device is there, where it's like a calibration
Clamp?
device. That's not a clamp, is it?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. And then you got 3CGC, so that's the gospel chorus, right?
Mhm. And they've
then-
got a concert coming up.
Do they?
They do.
I don't remember the date of that.
Oh,
But
no,
maybe
maybe
we
it's not.
can-
No, they're recruiting, and
They
they
are,
have Monday
yeah.
night
Okay, yes, I
rehearsals.
didn't know that, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So if you enjoy singing and you want to enjoy in the gospel choir, then yeah, they have rehearsals every Monday, and we can put a link in the comments for that too. While we're on talking about comments, if you are watching, feel free, give us a little shout out, say hello. You got questions about Halloween, or you just want me to put the hockey mask back on because this is too terrible. That's fine too. But yeah, we're very happy to have so many lovely pumpkins. I painted the Cheerios box. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a photorealist.
So there's a tic-tac-toe on the back. You and I could play Cheerios and see who could win. But doesn't that have more tic-tac-toe holder? Turn it around so you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry. Yes.
Doesn't it have more than usual tic-tac-toe?
It does, but you usually don't play with Cheerios either, so I think all bets are off at this point. If you're playing tic-tac-toe with
So
Cheerios,
how
they're
do you-
all circles.
I was going to say, do you bite one? So
Maybe.
So you have a circle?
Yeah, and then you have to invert it and turn it side by side so they're turned out, and then you make little X's that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Because that's what you do at the
Yeah,
breakfast table.
I
You
did,
play games.
Absolutely. And the little pumpkin
She's
at
already
the
blowing
end,
me off.
yeah, I did. Sorry. And the little pumpkin I pulled off of my windowsill at work in my office up in Havelock. So
Which one?
The little bitty one down there.
Okay.
The little crocheted one.
Did you crochet it yourself?
No, I don't have that skill or talent or patience.
Yeah, it's the patience for me. I
don't
feel like I
think-
could learn it, but I wouldn't be able to
I'm not sure I want to
consistently do
learn it.
No?
No. I mean, my grandmother's tried, and
Mm-hmm.
I literally have the little piece that I made with her when I was about 7.
Yeah?
And it's probably about 6 inches long and about an inch wide. And I think that was all the patience she had with me.
Yeah.
And it's an ornament that I pull out every year.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't supposed to be a blanket or a poncho.
Yeah.
Because it was the 70s, so we were going to make a poncho.
I think I made a coaster in Boy Scout camp. That was like the closest to like...
You sure it wasn't one of those weaving things where you did up and under? Remember those?
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
Okay, then I don't know how to do it.
So Netta's like, no.
Yeah. Then I made one of those, and I've never crocheted or I can't do it, I guess. No. I just don't have the patience for it.
Nope. But
okay.
I do appreciate those who can.
Have you carved your pumpkin for Halloween yet?
I don't even have a pumpkin.
I don't either. I feel bad. It snuck up on me.
I have a few little decorations. I've got more in my office than I do at home, just because I haven't gone in the attic to go pull it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have my summer wreath on the front door. But I do have my fall garden flags out. So.
You have fall garden flags?
3.
What do you do with a fall garden flag?
You put one by the mailbox, one by the front door.
Are these like full-size flags?
No, the little garden ones. I got 2 of those, and I got the big one.
Okay.
And that big one hangs out in the dogwood tree.
Okay.
By the driveway.
I can never keep up with the yard flag. It's
fun.
No, anytime I've ever had one, it's saying the wrong season. I give up on it, or the pole breaks off.
Like this past July when I went to see my mom and she still had the Christmas one out.
Yeah. Well, you still have a spring wreath out apparently, right?
Summer, and it's yellow, so I mean.
Oh, well, it's fine.
It doesn't like scream pink peonies or anything.
Does anything scream pink peonies?
Some days I do.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. So, obviously, well, not obvious. This is a great celebration, of course, just for our fall and enjoying. We've had so many good things going on in town that have been celebrating the fall, and we've had a little snap of nice weather. The leaves are falling, but today happens to be National Pumpkin Day.
Is really today actually Pumpkin Day?
Today really is National Pumpkin Day.
We're legit on this show.
We are.
Yeah.
So October 26th. So whether it's the favorite autumn decoration or for food. So, of course, when I read that, I was like, oh, I got to make myself a pumpkin cake. So we've got a cake down here at the end of the table. And when our guest comes in later, we're going to put her to work and help her cut pumpkin cake. So,
well, you said our guest. It doesn't have to be a secret. You can tell folks who is our guest today because she's going to come in and talk about a few things that people might want to know about, right?
Absolutely. Would you like to do the honors?
Sure, yes.
Okay.
Sabrina Bengel is going to be on the show in just a little bit, and she's going to be talking about some of the downtown Halloween festivities. I believe the Berry Not So Scary Halloween specifically
Which
is
is
what
this
she'll be talking
weekend.
about. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Very good.
So, and on today's show, we're going to be doing a rundown of several Halloween activities that are happening, so you'll want to stay tuned for that.
Very cool.
But we're probably also going to eat some pumpkin.
We are. So we're going to have pumpkin cake. But
People
I just
like watching us eat.
But I brought, okay, so these are literally things that came from my pantry. So I've got my daughter, Michaela, the 17-year-old. She loves everything pumpkin spice. She cannot wait for the pumpkin spice to come out. In fact, I think I sent a picture this morning of what's in my refrigerator. Yes, help yourself.
I can smell the pumpkin as soon as I open this up.
So this is in my refrigerator. This is how
Smell-o-vision at home,
look,
folks.
This is how over the top it is in my house. So we've got Cheerios.
What are you doing?
We've got 3 different flavors. I actually tried, and the reason why is I bought the pumpkin munchkin for her several days ago, and she put it in her chai tea, and she dumped it out. And I went, "What are you doing? Like, we don't waste food in my house." She goes, "Mom, it's gross." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" So she said it's better in coffee. She wanted me to get the other pumpkin pie spice, but they ran out, so I got the 0 sugar, and she was like, "This isn't cutting it either," although it's got the least amount in it. So
I'm sorry.
Did you try one?
No, I'm about to. I'm just lost in my own little world of smelling pumpkin cereal.
Help yourself. So anyway, and so then I found the cream cheese, and I think this is the 3rd tub we've gone through. So she is all about pumpkin spice. And the cool thing is that I woke up this morning. You guys know I'm not a good sleeper. So I woke up this morning very early, and I started thinking about how I was going to share this pumpkin spice. Like, this is the little organic pumpkin spice puree that she gets that doesn't have any sugar in it. It's not pie filling, it's just puree, which is what I made the cake with.
Okay.
She takes this, she mixes it with Greek yogurt, and then tops it with blueberries and granola. And it's really good because pumpkin's very good for you. It's got a lot of vitamins and stuff in it. But this is what my kid does, right? So then I started, when she comes down and she goes to school, she'll come to kiss me goodbye. She smells good. Like, she smells like what pumpkin spice should smell like. And so, and I tell that to her all the time. Like, if you were
crunch.
If you were a flavor, I told her, I'm like, you would be pumpkin spice. And she takes that as a compliment. So then I started thinking about the other people in our podcast, including yourself in our booth, of what they if they were a flavor, what would they be?
Oh.
So who do I start with?
I don't know. Start with Zanetta because she doesn't want the camera on her right now, so we should definitely start with her.
Okay, I'm going to start with Zanetta. So, Zanetta, you what came to mind immediately for you, and now, full disclosure,
It's going to be loud.
if you don't like it, don't get mad at me, okay?
You already have chosen.
I've already chosen them. I don't want her to tell me. I want to tell you what I think your flavor would be. So, Zanetta, are you ready? I think you would be paprika. Kind of
I'm
spicy and smoky and never really know how it's going to blend, and it's got this kind of exotic feel.
Wild card.
Zanetta is paprika.
Paprika.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's
She
not,
seems okay with it.
but not like
yeah, okay.
off the chart hot spicy. You know, it's just like it's got that extra smooth flavor.
Goes well with deviled eggs.
It does. It does. And it makes everything look pretty.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Are you ready, Holly? Apple Jacks. And then when I saw your pink stripes
that
and
a
purple
spice?
stripes in your hair, I said flavor, not
Oh,
a spice.
flavor. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
You're Apple Jacks. You make everybody happy. You're fun. You sweet. You're crunchy. Yeah, you're Apple Jacks. I don't know why. Seriously, at 3:30 this morning, these are the things that came in my head. All right, Eli, you ready? Yeah, get in the picture, Eli. Guess what you are. Now, you guys have to, again, full disclosure, I've known Eli for a very, very long time.
Granola.
No.
Okay.
No, he's the Rice Krispie treat bar. Marshmallow. He is everything Snap, Crackle, and Pop I've ever known in a kid. He is. But you're that sweet and stretchy and flexible and yummy and Snap, Crackle, Pop. That's what you are.
Do you like those, Eli? No, okay.
Mike's on you.
No? All right, you ready for yours?
Yeah. Let's.
Am I kind
everybody
of spot
else's is
on
nice.
yet? Okay, I haven't offended anybody yet, right?
Not yet. She's setting it up. Yeah.
I don't mean to offend
All
anybody.
right, let's go ahead.
You're cilantro.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you are that herb you can stand alone and hold your own, but you blend well with others.
Okay.
But then you get dried out and you get ground down, and you are not the same. Because
when did that happen? Okay.
ground cumin is cilantro.
Is it really?
But cumin doesn't taste like cilantro.
No.
No. It
And I'm
doesn't.
usually ground down by about 5 o'clock every day, and I turn into cumin.
But I think that because you have so many different layers and flavors and nuances,
Okay.
you're cilantro. I have one for Sabrina too. I'll wait until she comes up to the table.
You know, some people have this genetic thing where cilantro tastes like soap.
Yes, Brussels sprouts the same way. It's actually
What? I've
Yes,
never heard that
there's
about Brussels sprouts.
There's a genetic thing, and it lands on your tongue, and it either tells you that they're good or it's super crazy bitter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate. I love the taste of cilantro, and it just.
I
but
love
I
it
also
too.
love the taste of soap. So what are you going to do?
Did you get your mouth washed out with soap a lot as a kid?
It only happened once. Did you ever have it happen to you?
I had it more than once.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I guess I just learned who I could swear in front of and who I couldn't. I guess,
Yeah.
but yeah, the one time it happened, it was
what
bad.
kind of soap was it? I still remember. You don't forget these things.
Yeah, it was a bar soap, but I don't remember exactly what
Oh,
brand it was.
Mine was Ivory, the white bar soap.
Yeah,
It was bad.
yeah.
It was real bad.
Well, we should remember whenever soap day is and just like wash our mouths out with soap on the show
No,
that
we're not
day.
going to do it.
No.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about pumpkins.
Tell me all about
Are you
pumpkins.
interested?
Hashtag what?
Hashtag pumpkin.
No, it's right there in front of you.
Oh, hashtag National Pumpkin Day.
There you go.
Then why'd you make me guess? Okay, so of course, there's no shortage of pumpkins, everything. So we can have bars, cookies, coffee cake, pasta, oatmeal, pumpkin chunkin, pumpkin patches, festivals, bake-offs, television specials.
We had a pumpkin chunkin event here a couple of years ago.
With a big catapult?
Yeah.
Was it the mechanical club?
I think it might have been, actually. The engineering students were involved in some way.
That's
So,
very
yeah.
cool. And let's not forget, of course, the jack-o'-lantern carving, too. The fruit, this is a fruit.
Don't start this mess with me today.
Okay. The squash is native to North America. Did you know that?
When you gut a pumpkin and you take all the seeds out, does it then become a vegetable? Is there some
It becomes
fringe
a
group
hollow
in the
gourd.
world that has decided
No.
that pumpkin actually it's a gourd that
It's a
doesn't
hollow
fall.
gourd when you take its
it's a
seeds
gourd. It's part legume, it's part gourd. It's and the
doesn't
bigger it
grow under
gets,
the ground.
it
It can't
becomes
be a legume.
engorged, and you take the seeds out of it, and it's not a pumpkin anymore.
You're a mess.
It's a jack-o'-lantern. I know you're
jack-o'-lantern.
done with me. She's
That's
shutting
all right.
me down already.
Okay, you're right. Now, okay, but this is crazy. Now down here, and this is all from the same website. Who carved the first jack-o'-lantern? It's a country.
Farmer Jack.
No. The tradition of carving, hold on to your hat, vegetables for Halloween has its beginning in Ireland. There they
They do it
carved
with pumpkins, right? Or not,
No.
with potatoes.
turnips. They carved turnips to ward off the devil and evil spirits. Or they could just sprinkle yourself with paprika, right? That might work.
Does it?
No.
Okay.
The Irish who immigrated to the Americas brought the tradition with them, and they found that the pumpkin's suitable for carving. However, carving pumpkins in Ireland has become more of a modern practice.
Yeah. People are incredible artists when it comes to carving their pumpkins now. Like, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I was lucky to get a symmetrical triangle for an eye and to like have 2 teeth sticking out. And now you've got these stencil sets that you can have.
Yeah.
Where
Or
it's
paint.
Well, that's easier. I'd rather paint it, but you can't put light in it and get what you want as far as like having that little view from your front porch.
Well, a couple
or
weeks
wherever you
ago,
put it. You
oh,
can
sorry,
put your pumpkin in the
I
house.
didn't mean to do handsies with you. But remember, a couple weeks ago, we actually had National Pumpkin Seed Day.
Yeah, we did. Where are those now?
They're inside the gourd now. You have to carve it.
Well, but again, then it's going to turn into something else, and I can't do that.
Okay, so the
She's
word
done with me
pumpkin
again.
originates from the word pepon, P-E-P-O-N. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Pepon, which means large melon, like your head.
That's fair. I'll take it. So it's a melon.
It's a melon, a large melon. It's Greek.
Okay.
That's what it means.
All right.
Okay. Now, when you go to the store, do you like the non-traditional, which are becoming more popular here? The white, the green, the yellow. You guys like those pumpkins?
I look for a pumpkin that has a sort of a flat bottom that I can balance, right? So that when I try and carve it, it's not going to
Okay.
tip over.
All right.
I guess I'm not fancy enough. I should be looking for white pumpkins. And what other color pumpkins are there?
Green,
Okay.
yellow. Some are variegated. That's too big of a word right now?
It is.
Isn't
Tell me what variegated means.
Like
Remind me.
multicolored.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. This is really hot and itchy. Can you tell is my neck? Look at how red my neck's getting.
Do you need to take it off?
I don't know.
Is it attached?
Can you tell See, I usually have really poofy hair, but can you tell I got ears on there? Cat ears?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
All right. You sure it's pretty
Yeah.
obvious?
Look, there's a screen there. You can see. Yeah.
Okay. It got sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So sure. Awesome. Okay. So go get your pumpkin and pack up your pumpkin and put it in your coffee and your chai tea and create something fun, which we're going to share with Sabrina, who happened to have snuck in.
I did
And
sneak in.
She's sitting next to me now.
I'm here. No, I can't. You know, it messes the hair. It took me all day to do my hair, and then you're gonna make. I wear earbuds, on my show.
Exactly. No, if they are talking to you, I'll let you know.
Okay.
No, I completely agree, and that's why we started, because I wear so much hairspray, and then I get hot and sweaty, and it gets all matted down.
We have earmuff head.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
I
would
just-
know what we're talking about,
No, I
don't
just
you?
press it all down and move
He
on.
usually has the alfalfa thing sticking up.
I
gotta
do.
pat him
Yeah,
down a
it's
little
back
bit.
there.
Yeah.
It's great
Yeah.
to be here with both of you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Greg,
good to
I
see you.
always like to see you.
Yeah.
I've worked with you for many years in lots of capacities, and it's good to be talking with you today.
Love
so
having
thank
you
you for
here.
having me.
And it was very last minute, and so I appreciate you jumping in
No
and
problem.
tackling it with us. And because
That's what isn't New Bern all about?
that is.
Yeah.
That's
It's
exactly
all about
what
these
New Bern's all about.
partnerships that we have with one another.
Yeah,
It's great, but downtown's getting ready to have the very not so scary Halloween day on Saturday. Oh,
They'll
sorry.
yell.
Oh, yeah, they'll
Zanetta will
you?
yell at
Okay.
us.
I have to remember.
We all have a tendency to talk with our hands and
Yes.
bang the table a lot.
I know. It's
So,
really.
it's not gonna stop.
It's bad. It's the Italian in me.
Speaking of which, do you want me to tell you what your flavor is to me?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Parmesan.
Okay, awesome. I could do that. I prefer the pecorino, but I'll take Parmesan.
That grated cheese that's salty and sweet and makes things yummy and thick. And
Do you grate it yourself, or do you buy it already grated?
I have both. So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got shreds. I've got, we call it shake in my house, the plastic container.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Shake. That's what we call it in my house.
Don't use that.
I know, but
It's not
sometimes
real
it's
cheese.
quick
You can-
and
you
easy.
Yeah,
and
but
then I have
You can buy it already grated.
and then I, and then I have I have a microplaner, and I
Yeah.
microplane too.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah. But speaking of which, I actually brought some of my other spices, and I microplaned our spice in here. My nutmeg.
Sabrina, are you ready to have some pumpkin? It's not pumpkin pie, right? What is
Pumpkin
it?
cake.
Pumpkin cake.
But
Yeah.
smell that. Smell the oils. That's out of the nutmeg that I
But you
just.
know what you need to put on top of that pumpkin cake? You showed that pumpkin cream cheese. Mix that, whip that with some powdered sugar, and that would be the frosting for that. Oh, it would be fab.
It would. The problem is you can even see it slid on the plate. So it has gone from Trent Woods to Havelock, from Havelock to New Bern. And so it would not have survived icing, so I have to be smart. So
And when Megan drives, she hugs the curves a little bit.
hush. No, but and I did use a little cheat sheet, but then again, my kid, this is what she puts on top of that yogurt mixture that she's, or her
Just
bagel.
pumpkin pie
Pumpkin
spice?
spice. Yeah,
Okay.
pumpkin pie spice. So anyway.
Yeah, but thanks for coming on the show today,
You're
Sabrina,
welcome.
because I know that you've been involved with some of a lot of things that happen downtown, but specifically the Halloween spooktacular things that are happening.
Right.
So
We're real excited, and of course, our major shout out needs to go to Amanda Banks, who really this has been her brainchild for many years and pulling it together. I'm stepping up because, as we know, that her daughter Auburn is battling cancer right now, and so Amanda is doing a great job in taking care of her. She seems to be stable, and we continue to lift prayers for Auburn and Amanda and their entire family. But she has allowed me, which I'm very thankful for, to help her and get involved in producing this and getting this together. Myself and Danny Batten, who is the chairman of the Downtown Business Council. So we're really excited this year because this Saturday, now the city will start on Friday at 9:15 with the preschool costume parade, which is always wonderful. You get all the little 3 and 4-year-olds in their little costumes. Some moms have wagons pulling the kids. They're in strollers, and they're going to march down Middle Street. They'll start where the Chelsea is, and they'll go to the end of the street. And that's always so much fun to see the children dressed up. So that will be on Friday. Of course, starting at 5 o'clock. Yes, starting 5 o'clock on Friday, the streets will be closed for downtown dining. So if you want to come out, it's going to be a beautiful night. Get in the streets and visit some of our restaurants. That will be happening. Then we get to Saturday, October 29th, and at 9:30, we are going to have the pet parade. So bring your pet dressed in costume.
Mine will not
and
behave.
yes,
do you have pets at home?
I do
Sabrina?
not.
Okay.
Been there, done that, and we do not. My husband is the only pet I will have for the rest of my life.
The only costume I have at the house for the pets is for one of our cats, and it's a little red bow tie that can go around his neck. And I always forget that we have it. It was for Christmas one year, and then every once in a while, Fenton will decide he wants to put that on the cat, and so we'll just be hanging out, and then all of a sudden, Chewy runs through, and he's wearing a little red bow tie, and then he'll go outside.
Does Chewy go on a leash?
No.
Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
gosh, no. Yeah, but he's an indoor-outdoor cat, so sometimes you'll hear a little scratch at the door, open up the door, and he's just sitting there with his formal little red bow tie ready to come in. Yeah. So maybe I'll put him on a leash and take him to the pet parade.
So that will be at 9:30. It will start at what's known as the Talbot's Lot. We're afraid we don't know what else to call it, but for those of you who don't know what that is, it is located at the corner of Craven and South Front Streets, the empty green lot. That's where the parade will start at 9:30. We will have judges for the costumes. All kinds of little treats and things. Of course, for many years, this has been led and sponsored by Naughty Paws, which is a great store downtown. They have just stepped back this year. They've got a lot on their plate, but they will be having some treats. If you'll stop by their store first thing in the morning, they'll be giving out some pet treats.
Pet treats. Okay.
Pet treats. Their first thing,
People
but then
treats.
we will have the pet parade. So then at 3 o'clock, get your costumes on, and if you want to enter a costume contest at 3 o'clock in Bear Plaza, we will be having the Berry Not So Scary costume contest, where you can come. We have different categories, and one is a group or a family. So if you want to be dressed as a group or dressed as a family, you can come on in and enter. Our judges will be there. Right now we're so excited to have Chief Gallagher, our City of New Bern Police Chief, and Chief Bobby Boyd, who is the fire chief, as two of our judges. The third judge is a surprise. We'll be naming him shortly. And, it'll be a great time. So 3 to 4 will be the costume contest, judging, awarding of prizes. And then at 4 o'clock, the streets of downtown will become trick-or-treat heaven.
Wow.
Currently, we have 52 participants. We are so excited. 52 participants giving out candy to children. We ask that they be 12 or under. We want this to be for the children. We understand those little young teenagers want to come in. Nobody's going to be carding anybody, but
if you shave, you might pass.
Can I? Or just put on my hockey mask.
Yeah, right. So, but it's going to be great fun, and we're asking. There's a map. You can go to Berry Mary Events, and Berry is spelled Beary, maryevents.com, and all of this information is on that website. But there'll be a map, and it'll show you. So the 200 and 300 block of Middle Street will have places to trick or treat. The 300 block of Pollock Street, which is Carolina Creations block, there, Poppy's is on that. They'll be trick-or-treating City Hall. We're even going to have some City Hall staff and maybe some elected officials out handing candy. Then you're going to take a right onto Craven Street, the 200 block of Craven Street. We have several businesses down there. Then we ask you take a right onto South Front Street, where we will have the Talbot's lot. Again, on South Front Street and Craven, there will be food trucks. We have 3 food trucks that will be there. So for families that want to get something to eat or, happen to be there, want to linger a little bit longer, they'll be there from 3 to 7.
Now, when you say the Talbot's lot, is that the one that's across from Nautical Wheeler?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And it's the empty green space lot, again, located Craven and South Front. We also have a Swiss Bear in the ABC store handing out candy. So we're excited. We have lots of people. Then
And the theater was added recently as well.
Yes, the theater will be part of it. On the outlying areas, please don't forget we have Poor Charlie's Antiques that they'll be handing out candy. That is on the 200 block of Hancock Street where the railroad tracks are. Then you can also go where the Cub House is on the 200 block of Pollock Street. They will be handing out candy. A neighbor next door will be handing out candy, and the Meadows, which is a bed and breakfast down the street. So again, lots of places for you to take the kids. A great walking trail. We'll have it mapped out for you. You can see it.
Oh, wow.
And so a great place to take the kids. They'll definitely get a lot of candy. Last year, we had almost 1,200 kids come out.
Oh, my gracious.
And
we're expecting
it's a
that.
great contained footprint,
Yes.
too, especially if you've got much younger kids that you want to take out, and it's usually just that
And the
one or
streets
two
will be
little
closed.
spots. Yeah.
So it'll make it easier for families to get around and to access this. The businesses will be out to the sidewalk, so you don't have to worry about being really crowded inside a store. We'll have everybody out on the sidewalk. And then it still doesn't end because at 5:30, we're going to have the Witches Ride. So we will have people
That's
who
you, right?
can get involved in the Witches Ride.
That wasn't nice.
No, you looked excited about it.
It sounded fun. No, because it made
I'm
me think
excited
of something.
for you.
City of New Bern is sponsoring the Witches Ride. And then at 6:30, you can go to Union Point Park and see Addams Family, too. We'll be on, a movie in the park outside. So we're excited. And again, this is all out there at 6:30 to 9:30, Union Point Park. Just a great family day. Lots
It's
to
a
do.
lot
of
going
stuff
on.
going on.
What do you call 2 witches that live together?
I don't know. What?
Witch mates?
Brewmates.
Broommates.
Very good.
Ba-dum-bum. That's why I got excited because you mentioned witches. And
Oh,
I'm like,
did
I
you-
have jokes.
Did you bring a
brought
witch joke?
jokes.
Okay.
I
Wow.
brought jokes.
This is really good.
So back to our pumpkin. You ready for this one? Why was the gourd so gossipy?
I don't know.
To give him something to pumpkin to talk. Oh, I'm so bad at delivery. To give him pumpkin to talk about. Something. Pumpkin.
I got it.
Okay.
Sorry, I messed it up.
For that one, you have to sing
I
it.
messed it up. I'm not
Who
singing
sang the
nothing
song?
about pumpkin.
Let's give them pumpkin to talk about.
I was not
Right?
sure where you were going.
Very good.
Right? Who did that?
It's a hidden talent.
Who sang that?
Shania
Shania
Twain.
Twain. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No? You're
No.
done with me.
No. Actually, I was looking. We all coordinate color-wise. and
Yeah, we got the memo
we
today.
got the memo.
Yeah.
This is great, but I really urge everybody. It's a great place to take families and the
Correct.
kids out. It's, family friendly, safe environment, and it's really showing off our beautiful downtown. And I want to just again thank all of these businesses that are stepping out, handing out 1,000, 1,200 pieces of candy to the families that are coming out. I just think it's great that they are willing to step up and do this, and we do support them. Of course, everybody knows I've been a proponent of downtown for many, many years. I do believe it is the economic driver behind the city of New Bern. That's not to say Glen Burnie or James City or anywhere else in our city is not important when it comes to business. But most people who come to our community first visit downtown and they decide they love our community because of what we have downtown. Therefore, they buy houses in other areas. They support other businesses. So that's why I'm a proponent of keeping downtown strong.
And when you go to other cities, even if you're vacationing or traveling for a conference or anything like that, it's always the downtown area that you're looking for.
Right.
For walking around. Restaurants, like things to do, are usually centered around that area, and then they work their ways out.
I shared this information, this activity is going on this weekend with a class that I have going right now. They're all active duty Marines, and most of them have children or they're young young couples. So I encouraged them to come down. And last week it was about closing down the streets and come and
Mum
feast and do the ghost walk and all that kind of stuff. So it was really neat to see their reaction because they're not always as connected because work and family just kind of takes them in a different direction. So just trying to get that information out to them. So
right, and we will all be talking about this again on Friday on City Talk. So visit us there on Facebook or at 6 o'clock on 96.3. So,
absolutely.
Had to put my plug in. Sorry.
Yeah,
no, it's great. It's great. Well, can we plug while you're here and you can help celebrate with us?
What do you want to plug? Oh, what happened? I think there might be a slide in there.
Sabrina's in the podcast world as well, and we love that. And I've been on your show several times and love the studio. That's where Craig and I got started when it was Charles' studio down there. So it's been a wonderful journey and experience. And I know you love the platform.
I do.
And I love hearing it back on the radio because I'm listening to it on my ride home from work. So, Craig, you share the news.
So we entered the podcast into a contest. Specifically, there's an organization called NCMPR. It is the Marketing and Public Relations Organization for community colleges all across the U.S.
Awesome.
And so it's spread up into districts as well. And so we submitted our podcast for the district awards this year, and we learned on Monday that we got first place.
Awesome.
For our podcast.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That is
there
really
it is. Yeah,
cool.
so we are first place.
Awesome.
Yep. We got a couple other awards too. We got third place in our website redesign, third place for our magazine, third place for video we created for April Fool's Day, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, our podcast got first place.
The importance of it, it's so good getting information out where this is the new way that people get their information about what's going on in communities, what's going on, in their lives, in their children's lives, whatever. So I just think it's really neat, and you guys are doing a great job. It's so cool. We miss you downtown, so anytime this doesn't work, you're still welcome to come back downtown. We're glad to have you there.
Always.
But, it's great, and that's why I love City Talk, because we're talking about things going on in our city. Some of our guests are controversial, some of them are not. But, it's what people are talking about in the coffee shops, at home, in the salons, whatever. And, it gives people an arena to speak to it. And I think it's a good thing. We need to do that and have it. But, again, I know that I'm here talking about downtown. I will tell you that the big news is come Tuesday, the 1st of November, the Santa House will be delivered to Bear Plaza.
Which is housed at the Volt Center. So there's that connection.
That's right. We are rolling down
No.
What do you mean no?
No, it's not at the Volt Center.
Oh, it's the North Pole.
That's right.
But they take it to get polished up.
Oh, yeah,
first.
that's
It gets
right.
cleaned up.
Yeah, they
there
get
before it
cleaned
goes
up, new, touch up on the roof, paint, that kind of stuff.
So we will be in full swing of decorating whatever, getting ready
Throw me
for
under the
November
bus.
the 25th, which will be Light Up the Season Day, where the city lights their Christmas tree. Then we light up Bear Plaza. But there's something very new and very, very excited coming to New Bern this year at Union Point Park on Saturday, November 26th, the day after Black Friday. The city will unveil its new skating rink.
Wow.
And we will have an ice skating rink at Union Point Park.
That's exciting.
It will be located behind the bathrooms, and it will be there. You'll be able to rent skates and buy time to go on there. So a little something new besides the snow in Bear Plaza. We will have ice skating, so we'll be getting more information out on that.
Will that be just for that day?
No, it will be for the season, just
okay,
for the
great.
season. So people will be able to come down, and
That's
I think
awesome.
it's it is great.
I've never
And
ice
that's
skated
what-
before, so I'm going to go down and get
Really?
hurt. Yeah. I'm going to go break my ankles.
I have, but I'm not sure it's something I can tackle anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give it a try.
I could.
I used to do it all the time growing up. Of course, I lived in metropolitan New York, and there was a rink at a place called Playland ice skating rink. It was famous for Dorothy Hamill.
Oh, really?
That was her home
Okay.
rink, and so she used to, work out of there, whatever. So that was the Friday night. As we were teenagers, young teenagers, we would go skating on Friday night.
We went roller skating on Friday night.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we didn't have, in
Yeah.
Atlanta, there was like one
same
rink.
for me. It was not an option. We were roller skating
And it
all
was
the
the
time.
Omni. You had to go downtown Atlanta to go
Right.
to the ice skating rink. Yeah, there wasn't many
Did you have all the
options.
roller skating skills?
I thought I did. I broke my wrist roller skating.
That is a skill.
Yeah. I mean, I busted every bone in there. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents finally they went on a retreat and they came back and I was broken.
Oh, bless your
So,
heart.
yeah, it was
Bless your
some
heart.
sort of a marriage
Well, we're
retreat.
really anticipating a really big season. Everything from light up the season to live window displays, which are going to be
Oh, those are
the
so neat.
bigger and better. We are in anticipation of 30 to 40 windows
That's exciting.
being, done this year with people letting their imagination go wild, and we think it's really great. Again, the streets will be closed, allowing for more people to come down and view the windows. Hey, you can't get to New York City, come to New Bern, because you'll be able to see live window displays right here in New Bern. So we're excited
And
about
I know
that.
you're coming back in a few weeks, right? To
Yeah,
talk more about what's
you and Danny are
kicking off
talking about
Christmas.
Bear Mary
Okay.
in a few weeks.
Okay.
on the
Yeah,
show.
so that'll be
All right.
exciting.
Make sure I get it on my calendar.
He's the one who reminded me about it.
Okay,
so,
great.
Yeah.
And it's been great working with Danny. As I step away from City Hall, I'm stepping right into the city streets and working
Yes.
with downtown, and I love it. And it's good to be back working, and doing things for downtown because, again, I see the benefit for all of New Bern. It benefits all of us, and I believe our businesses are worth supporting, every one of them. We got some great, unique shops in downtown.
Well, we are also grateful for your support that you provide for the college as well. I know that you're a
Absolutely.
huge advocate of ours, and you toot our horn every chance you can.
do.
So we're very grateful for that, and I know that you have seen us over the years grow, and so that's wonderful.
Well, I was really glad to take the lead on the transformation of the Volt Center. While I didn't write the grant, while I wasn't there at the early stages, I was there to make sure that we continued to give that property to the college because I think that the vocational training that you're doing is outstanding. The jobs that are being produced are beyond belief, and I still see the value of continuing to grow that facility with the many programs you're doing. So, I saw Dr. Statz recently and just said, look, if there's one thing I can point to in my tenure as an alderman, it was that I dug my feet in and said, this is important to this community, to this region, and to the state. So I'm really glad to see the progress that's being made at the Volt Center, the continued progress I know we're going to see. And, we've become the model for many other colleges
that's
across
true.
the state.
Yesterday, we hosted the Business Before Hours with the Chamber, and Kevin Roberts was talking a little bit about the Volt Center. And, the Chamber just closed out its Leadership Craven,
Right.
their session, and they had their retreat, and they were just talking about what they had done over the last few months. And almost every session they had each month involved the Volt in some way, whether it was law enforcement with the simulator or whether it was the small business center with the local business. So it's really great how that's been able to touch so many different areas of our community.
Right. And as a restaurant owner, I'm very excited in working with Megan Markham on producing employees. We've had a couple of meetings, the good things that are coming out of that program as well. So, all the way around, it's going to help this community in many, many ways. So all good work. Kudos to all those involved. Seriously, it's been a great partnership with many organizations, and I see more coming down the line. So good work. Good work.
Yeah.
They had somebody out there yesterday, a journalist, that was interviewing and taking pictures and videos. And
Yes,
stuff.
from Ed NC, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And that's
they
something that
cover
they show
community
on
colleges.
PBS or something? Is
No,
that-
they cover community colleges
Oh,
all,
okay.
all over the state. Yeah.
And then they're going to be at the Havelock campus this afternoon.
Great.
I think she's going to visit early college and then our aviation program.
And I
up
do
there.
want to see more community college stuff involvement with NCPBS. That's the new name now. I just came off the board a couple of months ago in July 1. I came off that board, but I served on there for 10 years.
What was it now?
The UNC TV Board of Trustees. I was a member of that. So now it's North Carolina PBS.
PBS, yeah.
So they've changed the name to reflect. I was trying to get them to change it to ECU. Public television, but they wouldn't buy that.
Yeah.
Go
Instead of,
Pirates.
instead of the UNC thing, they just wouldn't buy that. So I'm glad we settled on PBS North Carolina, because it really is reflective of what they do. But I know I was the chair of the education committee, and we worked very hard to work with teachers in K through 12 and trying to use public television as a resource in the classroom. We started working on our involvement with community college, just how important it is for these modes to come together and work together. So I love my work.
One of my favorite shows that comes on Thursday nights is NC Weekend.
Oh, yes.
With Deborah Holt Noel.
Oh, she does an amazing job. She's going to be here next week.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
good.
met her
I
a
need
couple
to-
times when I was at the Palace. She came and did
I
some
need to
stories.
meet her,
Yeah.
and I want her job. I want that job. That would be my dream job. That and to be a QVC host. Just saying.
Your dream job is to be a QVC host?
I think I would
All
be
right,
awesome at it.
Sell me this.
No, put it down. But I do. No, I love watching her, and I love what she does, and I would that would just be fantastic.
She's such
I
a
can be her Eastern
she's
North
a-
Carolina girl.
Such
you
a
know?
delightful person. And they have a new general manager, so I'm going to get to meet him next week when they're here in New Bern. So
wonderful.
I'm excited about that opportunity, and just a great, great organization, does great work. I've seen the evolution of where it came from to what it's evolved to today. But it was funny, about 3 years ago, after I first got on the Board of Aldermen this last time, I went into the GM at that time and said, I need to resign. You know, my plate is full. I can't do this. And he looked at me and tore it up right in front of me. He said, no, ma'am, I'm not taking your resignation. We need you, and you're going to stay right here. I said, okay. So I've enjoyed my work there. I enjoyed representing Eastern North Carolina because for many years, that station and what they did was so Raleigh-centric and really revolved around the triangle that we needed to reach out, because that's where we needed the resources that they could provide. Eastern North Carolina, Western North Carolina. There are so many children that the PBS programming that they have for children is all the exposure they get sometimes to learning and other things. So, and we don't realize that. I heard many stories from many areas about that. So all good things and all working together. So exciting.
This certainly impacted me. I had my fair share of Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
8 Cheerios.
Yeah, I did, actually. Yeah.
Good memories.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mine was Captain Kangaroo, so you
Okay.
can tell how old I am.
Captain
Well, I watched some
Kangaroo was
Captain Kangaroo, too.
Captain Kangaroo was my absolute favorite.
Oh my goodness, all the time.
Yes,
Mr.
absolutely.
Green Jeans.
Sorry. I loved and the ping pong balls that fell from
yes.
the ceiling. All that good stuff. And Mr. Ed was my other favorite sitcom. Was Mr. Ed. So I was calling my mom this morning, and I told her about the gold medal for the podcast, and I said to you, I'm like, I never win anything. I was like so excited, and I said, except Mom, do you remember? Wasn't there an Eckerd's in town? It was right the old Winn-Dixie, and you used to be able to pick up your J.C. Penney packages in the back of the Eckerd's. Is that ever happened around here? This was in Roswell, Georgia. Anyway, so while my mom was picking up her package, I went and filled out one of those little slips to put into the box to win, and it was a year's supply. Ready for this one that shows age? Ginate.
Oh,
Body Splash.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's the
I
only
don't
other.
know what that is.
It's 1970s.
It's like
I
a
don't know if-
cologne. My
It's
grandmother
like a
had
shower splash. My mom
Yes.
used to have it. And it was
in
A
big
shower
bottles.
splash? I didn't
That's
even know
what
that
it
was a
called.
thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Ginate.
Ginate. It was like light and fresh, and anyway.
So you take a shower, and you have that in the shower, and when you're done,
You splash it on you.
Yeah.
after the water's done,
And they had
They had
you
different
know, I don't know how
stuff.
this works.
cologne and
Like,
yeah.
deodorant, cologne, and that
They
kind
had
of
a
stuff.
whole line of
Yeah.
things, but that
Okay.
was
So
the
I want a
rage.
year's supply of their variety of Ginate products. Well, I told my mom that, and she just laughed. She's like, I haven't heard that word in forever.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a green color with a black cap with
Yes.
green writing on it.
Well, more yellowish, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, yellow green maybe.
I don't know.
My memory.
It's Ginate.
the first thing I won was there
That's
was
the only
a
thing I've ever
coloring contest at the local newspaper, and I won 2 tickets to a rodeo.
Ooh.
That was pretty exciting. That's the only rodeo I've ever been to.
Oh.
But yeah, I still think about that.
That's very cool.
How great of an artist I was to be able to win those tickets. I stayed in the lines and everything.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
that
good.
is. That is. How were you at pumpkin decorating, though?
Not very good.
Okay.
Later on, I've gotten better. The stencils make it much easier. So if I have one of those, I can do okay.
Yeah,
And
I have-
plus the little tools that they have now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, with like the little saws, and you can kind of really get in there and do
Right,
the fine
right.
carving.
I have not carved a pumpkin. I can't remember.
It's been
last time.
decades.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time. When the kids were really little, we did that.
Yeah.
And then you could buy them already cut out. Not a real. You could buy, those jack-o'-lanterns, and it was okay. This is what I'm doing.
Like that one over there on that table?
Yes,
like the
exactly.
foam one. And then my
Exactly.
mom had a clay one that she bought at
Hey, Eli, can you bring that
like
one
a
over here
farmer's
since
market?
we've mentioned it now? We've
It
all
was
got
a-
to wait. Yeah, be
Yeah.
careful with it.
it was a giant clay
Yes.
and the lid came off, and that's when you put the candle in.
What's in there? Oh yeah. Okay. So this is one that's already cut out.
Yeah, that's what I like to buy.
Let's see that.
I finally
They
had to
look
throw
good.
mine out because it was cracked down the back.
I
And I
like
had
it.
one that plugged in too.
I have one that was carved out, and it says Boo Bern.
Ooh.
Instead of New Bern, it says Boo Bern. I had gotten it maybe at
Makes me
Michael's
think
or
of-
something.
Makes me think
More
of another.
jokes?
Yes, yeah.
Why did the ghost go into the bar?
I don't know.
For the booze.
Okay.
Why did the ghost starch his sheet?
I don't know.
Anybody out there? Zanetta? He wanted everyone scared stiff.
My goodness
I know.
gracious.
Sorry.
So the scariest thing I've encountered this year for Halloween are these jokes.
My jokes?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm curious though. Do you all watch all the scary movies? Like
Oh,
this last
no.
week, it's been
No.
nothing but horror movies, and I haven't been able to watch any TV because I can't stand a horror movie. I'm like, why would I want to watch that?
I do like them, but I like the more classic ones. So I haven't really gotten into any of the newer ones recently, but all the ones that came out basically in the late 70s and throughout the 80s, I was into those for sure.
No.
Yeah.
The Friday
Now,
13th,
my
the Freddy Krueger.
Speed is about the Addams Family or Hocus Pocus. That's about the Halloween speed.
mine's
I wanna
more
get it.
like the Hallmark Channel. Like Autumn and Aspen.
Yeah.
That's about as scary as I like.
Is that scary? Well, yeah, it's scary.
Well, sometimes the sets are pretty bad, but but
Yeah.
I don't like horror stuff. We already know, we've established I don't sleep. You throw a scary movie in and I get
Yeah.
nightmares,
I
I'm
do
done.
too.
I'm done. That's
The
it.
thought of I just can't even begin
Yeah.
to think about it.
My kids love them.
Yeah.
I mean, scarier the better. I'm like, ugh.
Speaking of Addams Family, we are doing Addams Family at New Bern Civic Theater next November.
Oh, are you? That'll
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be
will
great.
be.
Yeah.
So many good things, coming out of there, and I want to thank the Arts Council, the Civic Theater, for stepping up and doing candy this year. And we're also going to get them to participate in live window displays.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So I'm really
I don't know what's going to be in the
excited.
window yet, but yeah, it should be good.
But isn't that great when we can get all of our organization, the Arts Council as well will be giving out candy, and we're really trying to get, not necessarily our retail businesses and our restaurant, but the other people
wide
that
variety.
are in our downtown, whether it's a professional office or an organization, and I think it's better when we can all participate together because we all
Absolutely.
help one another, and Civic Theater's a mainstay in our downtown.
Yeah.
So we've got about 10 minutes. I know that you're super busy. Can you stay
you.
with us?
Your call.
Okay,
if
I
I
would
can
love.
go, I'll go.
No. I would love for you to stay. I'm going to cut the cake, and we want to talk about some of the other events that are
We've got
going
some
on.
upcoming events in the
Would
community
you like
that
a
we
piece
can
of
talk about.
pumpkin cake?
Sure, I have a
A
little
little
tiny
sliver.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I'll pull out some events
we
here.
should, do we have music background? Because we need that song "Cut the Cake" from. I'm
He
trying
can
to
sing
think.
it.
Of, yeah.
If we figure out what it
Is
is.
there a
You know-
song called "Cut the Cake"?
Yeah, it's oh my goodness gracious, an old band from the '70s. I could see their face, but I can't call their name. That's what happens when
Do
you
you
get
know
old.
Zanetta? Are you in there singing it? Okay. I thought maybe you're in there singing "Cut the Cake."
It was a rock and roll band.
Okay, cut the cake. Cut the cake. Slice
God,
it up.
I can't. I'm gonna have to,
All
know,
right.
the old Google.
This is why I'm not the
Let's
singer.
see.
Megan's the singer.
I don't know. You can't get any
Reception?
thing. Yeah.
I don't.
I'm the newscaster, apparently. All right, here we go. From the top. Monster Martin's House of Terror. Wednesday through
I thought I would at least get mine.
Monday, October 26th through the 31st from 6:30 to 10 p.m.
Still look, I could smell it.
Stop
That's why I
by the
wanna taste
Craven County Fairgrounds for Monster Martin's House of Terror. Admission is $10 and 1 can of food per
it. Oh,
person.
it's so moist.
Tickets are available at the gate, cash only. A portion of ticket sales and all food donations will benefit RCS. Please note, this event is too scary for young children, so don't take your kids to this one. There's a lot of fine print at the bottom of that one, so you might want to make sure
Not
you...
family friendly.
Well, I'm not going to go out and say that, but there are lots of warnings at the bottom of that poster, so It looks like it's more to be scary, right? So let's, maybe not take the kids, the younger kids. All right. I'll just keep reading these, and y'all can enjoy some pumpkin cake over there. All right.
I'm coming back.
That's all good.
I brought you a piece.
Oh, you sure did. Thank you.
I did. Booth will get yours in a minute.
So the Halloween preschool parade, Sabrina mentioned this, Friday, October 28th from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Put on your costumes, bring your preschoolers, and come observe a special Halloween treat in historic downtown New Bern. Groups of preschoolers will parade down Middle Street and South Front in Halloween costumes. The Cuteness Convention, I like the alliteration there, will end at Union Point Park for games and refreshments.
Where are we?
Yep.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to go to City of Havelock for, look, my acting matches. Trunk or treat.
Oh, isn't that
So you are invited on Friday, October 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. for a spooktacular trunk or treat event at the Havelock Recreation Complex. There will be treats, vendors, games, and prizes. This event is presented by Havelock Parks and Recreation and the Havelock Police Department. So head on down to Havelock Friday, October 28th. And the cool thing is you can do the preschool parade downtown
right?
and then still make it for the other fun stuff down in Havelock for the afternoon. Everybody gets a nap in the middle.
A little sugar crash?
Little sugar crash. Get a nap. We
That's a
need
good
that.
idea.
Okay, next. You're next.
Yes, and some of these Sabrina has talked about, but that's okay because we want to make sure everybody knows about them.
Love it.
Right?
Put our picture up.
The Halloween Pet Parade and Costume Contest. Saturday, October 29th from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Downtown New Bern's Halloween Pet Parade and Costume Contest is back. Things will kick off at the corner of South Front and Craven Streets with the Pet Costume Contest. Once prizes have been awarded to the best dressed pup, we will make a leisurely loop around downtown New
Or
Bern.
a cat with a bow tie.
Or a cat with a bow tie. And a cane and a monocle. They won't keep the monocle in, though. The parade and costume contests are free to attend, and no registration is required to participate. If you can get a cat to keep a monocle in, by the way, you've got a well-trained cat.
I was going to say.
Can you? Is there one?
I'm not
Down,
going there.
You know how they used to have it attached, wasn't it, to like a pocket or something?
Yeah.
With a button so that they could pull it up. Just attach
Yes.
it.
So if in the booth, if y'all can find a YouTube video of a cat with a monocle, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, moving on.
Megan's. We needed a little graphic that says Megan's done with me.
I think it's these up here.
Yeah,
It says
that's
it all. Halloween carriage rides, Saturday, October 29th from 3 to 6. Join the S&S carriage rides for a spooktacular carriage ride through downtown New Bern. Rides will start at Bear Plaza, leaving out every 15 to 18 minutes. Walk-ups are welcome and no appointment is needed. Rides are $12 a person. Children 2 and under are free. Do we know, will they have, is this cash and debit credit card? Do we know how that's done?
Not sure.
Okay.
But, not sure.
So come with $12 cash just in case.
Yes. Of course, we have cash points located right across the street from City Hall, or you can go to Truist. We have Wells Fargo at the end of the street. You have First Citizens at the other end. So lots of places to go to ATMs.
To get cash.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think it's customary to tip the
Carriage driver.
carriage driver,
The
too.
horses?
Yeah.
Bring a carrot?
No, yeah.
Bring a
Tip
chunk
the
of
horses.
pumpkin.
Bring a carrot. Is
Bring a
there a
chunk of
carrot
pumpkin.
machine downtown anywhere? You know
Oh,
about the
great
ATM,
idea.
Sabrina. Where's the carrot machine?
It's called the farmer's market
There you go.
on Saturday morning.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, just go get your carrots Saturday morning and then hang on to them all day and then go tip your horse. All right. No? You're the one who said Mr. Ed was your favorite sitcom.
I like Mr. Ed. I'm
That's
sorry. I
okay.
also just put a bite of pumpkin cake in my mouth.
Okay, sorry. I never watched an episode of Mr. Ed, but like how did that show really get greenlit? Like somebody said, "Here's a good idea."
A talking horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Still know every word of the
Horse,
song.
a horse, of
course,
course,
of
of course.
course.
In case talking about a horse, of course. And what's the rest? Dun, 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 dun. The famous Mr. Ed.
that
And you know
part
what else I think is cool? What are those?
Tell me.
Dutch doors. I still call
Yes.
Mr. Ed doors.
Yes.
You know what a Dutch door is, right? Because he would he'd open the door and he'd swing his head out.
Yeah. It was a top and bottom, so the top opened up, so it kind of. It's
called
Oh,
a
okay,
band.
okay.
It's a Dutch door.
Yes,
That's
yeah, I
what
know what
it's
you're
called.
talking about. Yes.
His head would come out and he'd start talking to his owner.
Yeah. When I was at St. Paul, that office, as soon as you walked in the school, that was like the old accounting office, and so there was a little shelf and a mail chute, a little brass mail chute, but it was a Dutch door also. I kept it closed, but the kids would walk by and they'd open up the little mail chute, Miss Johnson, and the little fingers would go through. And like, you have any candy? Like, they know I did. But yeah, that used to happen all the time. Yeah,
great.
Dutch door.
Dutch doors.
Dutch door.
I don't know if I've ever been in a house that actually had Dutch doors.
This is, you said it was moist. It's almost like a puddingy, right?
Yeah, it's really delicious.
So I did
put
it. Actually,
it's a little dense in a good way. Like it's good.
So it's a can of pumpkin. I'll just go ahead and give you the recipe. It's a can of pumpkin, a half a cup of oil. I used canola, a half a cup of water, the pumpkin spice, the fresh ground nutmeg. What else did I put in there? Oh, a box of vanilla pudding. Instant pudding. That's why it's so dense and moist at the same time. And then I baked it for about 38 minutes on 350.
But you add that to a cake mix?
Oh, yes, I put that in a cake mix, of course. Yeah.
Yellow cake mix?
Yellow cake mix.
Okay, just asking.
Yes, yellow cake mix. Very
Sabrina,
easy.
do you enjoy cooking, don't you?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
obviously you're involved in restaurants and hospitality,
but I've
like
just been
personally,
my
you enjoy
grandmother,
cooking.
my mother, my mother-in-law are amazing cooks. Of course, my side of the family learned to cook Italian, and Steve's mom gave me the whole Southern bit. As a matter of fact, we had a traditional Sunday Southern meal this past Sunday. I usually cook on Sundays for the kids to come over, and I made homemade chicken and pastry. So I made my own pastry.
Oh, what an invite.
I had baked sweet potatoes. I had fresh corn that I'd put up this summer, fresh green beans.
Yum.
I made homemade biscuits, and of course banana pudding for dessert. So it was that traditional kind of, meal. But
And how
I
much
love
do
to
you
cook
rely
Italian.
on recipe books, cookbooks when you or
A little bit.
Yeah.
I rely on them to give me what I call the foundation or the basic blocks, building blocks, and then I go in there and kind of address it or fine-tune it to the way I want it to be.
Okay.
So it is hard because when you know something, and you don't need to measure a hand of this, a hand of that, a pinch of that. And, it is difficult, especially when you're trying to tell somebody else the recipe.
Yeah.
My daughter, I'll tell her all the time, well, what did you do? She says, I don't know, Mom. I just threw the stuff in.
Exactly.
And do you have a family recipe book?
I have one from my mother-in-law. I don't have one from my side of the family. It's something I really need to work on.
Yeah.
And probably pull together. A lot of it's up here, unfortunately.
Sure.
And then all those years, it would have been my great-great-grandmother owned a bakery in Italy. And so she passed on all of that knowledge to my grandmother, who was an amazing baker, amazing. And I used to, growing up, I'd always go to her house during the holidays when she would bake all the Italian cookies and pies and everything. So I was there to get my hands in it and understand what she did. Nowadays, we just, we don't, and I don't really do much of it either because most people don't eat it.
Yeah.
People just don't eat the way they used to.
Sure.
Back then, you didn't have all the places you could go to buy cookies or cakes or any kind of meals. Now we go out to dinner so much that, what's the big deal? Why should I cook? Everybody just takes a little spoonful of it and that's it. They're done. So I'm like, I'm not cooking all day.
Yeah, I get it.
That.
Okay, sorry.
We have three more.
Yes.
And
Okay.
we've already talked about them, so we can just knock them
so
out with
just as
our
a
pretty
reminder,
pictures.
the Berry Not So Scary Halloween, Saturday, October 29th from 4 to 6 p.m. Children 12 and under are invited to trick-or-treat downtown in the downtown New Bern Business District streets.
Next, we have the Witch's Ride. Why did that land on me? The Witch is in. Ha ha. No, just kidding. Saturday, October 29th from 5 to 6 p.m. Kids of all ages are invited to dress up as a witch, decorate your bike with a festive Halloween theme, and enjoy a short ride around downtown New Bern. The ride will begin and end at Union Point Park. This is a free event. Prizes will be awarded for the most creative bikes and costume. Register online at newbernnc.gov. And finally,
Halloween movie in the park. Also Saturday, October 29th. That's this Saturday from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Visit Union Point Park for a special Halloween movie in the park featuring the Addams Family 2. Where do they put the screen in Union Point Park?
I believe it's somewhere, where they usually set the stage for the concerts and stuff. So it's the back is almost like to where the
Street.
courtyard
to the hotel.
is.
Yeah.
To the
Okay,
hotel.
gotcha.
And then they use that grassy area for people to sit
Yep.
there.
Okay.
So-
Perpendicular to the
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Super.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep. Come see this free event in a Halloween costume and receive a free treat. For additional information, call Parks and Rec at 639-2901.
Very
Yes,
good.
yeah.
Yep.
Major shout out to Carrie Green and all the staff at the Parks and Rec department. They do an amazing job to put on all these events.
Fantastic.
Yes.
We are so glad that you could join
Thank
us.
you. I
know
appreciate the
you
invitation.
left from another meeting to bolt over here, and you'll probably leave here and bolt to another meeting.
I will.
So
I am.
We are so grateful that you took the time. I'm sorry Amanda couldn't be with us. She said that any time in the future. So I just got to give her a little bit more heads up. So we'll have
Yeah,
her
please
in the
do that
future.
because, she is Elf Perky Twinkle Toes.
Yes.
And she rules the roost when it comes to Very Merry Christmas. So you definitely want to, and again, a huge shout out to her. She's the brainchild behind all of this. We're just her little worker bees.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Well,
yes.
and grateful to have you and Danny for
Thank
helping
you.
out with that. And all those businesses, you said there were 54?
52 of them.
52 businesses that are assisting to make this weekend special. So
Yes.
thanks again for that. New Bern, shout out. Awesome. So we'll come back and do this again next week, right?
Yes, we will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We miss having Wendy here. We didn't
do.
talk about that. I apologize. Wendy's on a well-needed day off, and so we will. Anyway, wish you well on that one. We hope that everybody has a wonderful Halloween. Do you have anything else to say before I
wanna
throw us out?
Thank our folks in the booth for their continued hard work and for putting all of our graphics together for us today. And
Beautiful
of course,
graphics.
Yes,
Thank you.
And of course, Sabrina, thanks for coming
You're
on the show
welcome
today.
anytime.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to throw us out. So everybody have a wonderful day. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.